There's the volume button. Alright guys, I keep shrinking here. I'm like Harrison Ford. So, the great shrinking Harrison Ford. Where is my... What? WJ Loof, welcome. Nice to see you. Yeah, screw 2025. Glad that's over. One of the worst years ever, for obvious reasons. But there was some highlights. You know, we almost tied for first in the World Senior. I had a chance to tie for first in the World Senior. Some highlights. There were very few and far between, you know, good things that happened in 2025, but a few. Yeah, Monday, Merry Monday. I never stream on Monday nights, but I have other obligations tomorrow night. So I decided Wednesday's New Year's Eve. Tomorrow night's not good, so I have to move the tournament stream, you know, last minute to Monday. You know, so we may not get that many players because nobody expects me to be, and even yesterday I didn't know I was going to do this, but nobody expects me to be, obviously, you know, hosting a tournament on Mondays. I've never done that before. This guy's talking to me about lessons. Please send me an email if you're interested in lessons. Yeah, I don't know why my tournament is like gone. There it is. Wow, we have 3 players. Okay. Dude, please join the club and Ponda Tim. Ooh, it's hot in here. I just ate a steak. I know my kids are getting big because today my son cooked me steak for dinner, and this weekend or this Christmas my daughter bought me concert tickets. That's getting kind of useful now. All right, these kids are starting to get useful. Cooking steak, buying their dad concert tickets. I like this kids thing. All right. Anyway, 15 years of hard work. It all pays off in the end. So, concert steak. We're gonna go see Idols, the legendary punk rock band from Bristol. Alright, here in Budapest. Very rare we get like a good band I'd like to see in the summer, and it's in July. It's not like a festival. It's a standalone, because we have a summer festival here, SIGAT Festival, but it's a standalone concert. They're on tour in the area, so that's going to be awesome. Looking forward to that. Haven't been to a rock show in a while. Alright, so, but steak dinner is always welcome. Okay, what are we going to do? Ponda tournament, right? I called it the Schlitz. Now, I might get in trouble for copyright on this, but this is Schlitz because it's a Swiss Blitz. Swiss Blitz is Schlitz. Does that make sense? It's also a very cheap beer. Alright. So, we need like a last minute, like, please everybody join the tournament because this is such a late announced event. We only have 4 players. Swisses aren't really popular, but I did 2 arenas recently. So, last 2 weeks were arenas. Weird Al. Weird Al and Megadeth. I'm kind of punk. I've become like a punk fan more than like growing up with classic rock. I've never been heavy metal really. The exception of some very few exceptions. Okay. Man. Hey man. Ponda and horses. So Ponda and Horses Club here. Lichess. We're gonna do message team. Where's the freaking team here? Message team. You sent up to 7 messages per week. Oh no, I have 0 messages remaining. Oh no, no more messages. That's it. I sent 7 messages this week. Jeez. Megadeth. Man, I can't remember the last concert I went to. I don't want to even say it. It's so long ago. But that's a nice Christmas present. My best Christmas present in a long time. My daughter's so cool. All I wanted was like a band T-shirt for Christmas, and I got concert tickets instead. I think that's just amazing. But I'm gonna take her with me, of course. She gets that. It's a while in the future, though. Guys, if you want to support the stream, speaking of the future, I know it's boring, but we need support to go to the World Senior Team Championship, Albania, April. So I started this week a new streamer donation goal. And that is for Senior World Team Championship, America, USA 2, America. USA 2, very proud of the USA. Not. But anyway, I still keep my US Federation, so I have to play for USA if I play for a team. And I can't play in like the European Championship because I'm American. So these senior things are my best bet. I should have gone to the World Blitz and Rapid Championship. You know what sucks about the World Blitz and Rapid? I mean, not that I'm religious, but I mean, I like how they host. If you're like a Christian or something, this is not fair to Christians. They're discriminating against Christians. They're hosting the World Rapid and Blitz tournament the day after Christmas. This anti-Christian, but I mean, it is like probably the most common religion in the world. I mean, the day after Christmas, couldn't they make it like 2 days after? So basically, if you go to the World Rapid, like Magnus is Norwegian, he probably celebrates Christmas. If you want to go to the World Rapid, you can't celebrate Christmas. You can't be at home. North American Open used to be like that. But the World FIDE World Rapid, seriously, in Doha, in Qatar, obviously they don't care about Christmas. World Chess Federation only cares about Russia and you know, hosting Christmas in Muslim countries. But still, the day after Christmas, think about it. I mean, whatever, it doesn't matter if it interferes with Hanukkah, Christmas, Kwanzaa, whatever. Don't host international tournaments like on the biggest religious day of the year, no matter what religion we're talking about. That's just stupid. It's stupid, you know. I don't care if it's a Muslim holiday. Don't do it, you know. That's ignorant. Why do they have the World Blitz and Rapid Championship on December 26th, bro? That's stupid. You need a day to travel, therefore Christmas is your travel day, so you're screwed. And imagine traveling on Christmas, what a nightmare, you know. For the players that had to go there, it's a nightmare. Traveling on Christmas? Why not Thanksgiving? Anyway, alright. Ponda December Schlitz. Oh no, I didn't pay attention to Blitz at all. I just saw when Magnus like got mad and pushed the camera. He pushed the camera guy. It wasn't a Christopher Yu, you know, it could have, you could see Magnus was so, dude, the guy was annoying, but, you know, Magnus must have been worried he was going to get, if he was in America, it was game over. He's banned from, like, U.S. Chess Federation for, like, 3 years. You touched the cameraman's camera. You pushed the cameraman's camera. Banned. No, I mean, he didn't assault the guy, you know. But still, I'm surprised people didn't overreact more. But probably in Qatar, you can, like, kill the cameraman, and there'd be no repercussions. He's just another worker building a stadium or whatever. No problem. So 79 people died building the chess stadium. Nobody cares, you know. They're just people. Yeah, he could have gone full U. He was very reserved. He was very hesitant. You know, he didn't even push it hard. He just pushed it. It was almost a fail. You know, it was almost embarrassing. Like, you gotta push it, then really push it. He, like, half pushed it, and then I think in his mind, he was like, oh shit, I'm gonna get banned. Wait, I'm in Qatar. It's okay. Alright, so on to December Schlitz. We got 5 players. Nice. 10 players is the average for Swisses to start. How many minutes do we have? 7 minutes. We're going to need more players. I'm going to start drafting people. This is last minute, but I can't do it tomorrow. Yeah, Christopher Yu is sorry. He's sorry. Sorry for assaulting the media officer. Magnus is the GOAT. He can get away with it, though, you know. What do you think? You're like an average grandmaster can assault cameraman? It was weird, you know. Magnus needs to tuck in his shirt and get a little more together there. He looks, I don't know. I don't like the... I can do that untucked shirt thing, but he looks so stupid. It's like his way of revolting against casual sportswear. He looks like a poker player. Sneakers, baggy pants that aren't tucked in, the shirt's not tucked in. Hans looks like a tool too. Though he's wearing a suit, he's got the stupid looking sponsor shirt. It looks really dumb. Hans loving the attention. Alright, so Sparkle Horse sorry. Look here. Mad NPC, Ruslan Bear, Asterbait. We need some stronger players because it's gone kind of sub 2000. Subcutaneous. But nice to see you, WJ Loop. I wish you all the best. You know, it's nice to get some Americans here because I am streaming at a reasonable time. Mondays are not normally my night. Actually, to be fully transparent, I normally have a lesson at this time. And so my lesson canceled. That's why this is even possible. Monday night, 7 p.m., this time is usually reserved. So I made things work. I juggled the schedule around. And so we're hosting Honda Blitz Swiss tournament, 5+3. We're going to need a few players or we won't get 7 rounds. And I don't want anyone to drop out. You're not allowed to leave. You're not allowed to leave. Yeah, but Magnus is going to assault the camera. He's got to be a little bit more aggressive. He just kind of pushed it. Just, this is not enough, dude. You know, you didn't show any real macho-ness there. It wasn't alpha male at all. It was like just a really wussy camera push. I mean, very disappointing. You know, if Magnus, you're going to do it, then you can go all the way, you know. You're in Qatar, you can do what you want. You're not going to get, like, sued by these, like, ambulance-chasing lawyers. Like, oh, you hurt my jaw. You hurt my jaw. The camera touched my face, and I'm going to sue you for $2 million. The guy was annoying, you know. And then he chased Magnus, like, after Magnus pushed his camera. He still chased him. Magnus, it didn't even have any effect. The guy just, like, went right after him. I was hoping for, like, a showdown or something. Pan Book is here. Okay, so now we've got another Pan Book. The Book of Pan, Arthur Machen, the great god Pan. Okay, now we got players. Wow, Dinekis, Ruslan Bear, Ray 46. Ray 46 is new here. Do any requests to join the team? Guys, I put the team in the, you know what I'm pointing at, but I put the team in the, see that over there? Team link, the word link. The link is in the chat, above the chat. Link above chat to join team. Full link. AI generated. That's lame, dude. Nicola M with the AI generated. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. AI generated blogs. This is gross. Gross. Alright, where were we? 6 minutes to go. And I can't send any more messages. We're all out of messages. Doesn't the week, like, start with Monday? By the way? Like, why does it tell me I have no more messages? Shouldn't week start with Monday? In some cases, right, week start with Sunday, right? In the calendar, is it Sunday? So, like, in the West, in America, our calendar week starts, like, Monday, right? But in some places, it's Sunday. How come my messages are limited to 7 messages, but I'm already out of messages when I only sent 2 on Monday? I'm suspecting they reset on Sunday, and so my Sunday messages sunk me. Oh well. That's so woke to only allow 7 messages, but the messages are annoying. But honestly, you sign up for this team, and there's even like a slider that you can set to like not send messages. I mean, if that's in place, then do we really need a limited number of messages? You've already signed up to my team. There's a slider that can block the messages. Do we need to limit my messages to 7? Seriously? God. This is like... It's like a communist chess site. Full communist. I have to see all these stupid blogs that are nothing but advertising, but I can only send 7 messages to my own team. Just keep making more teams. Good idea. I do have another team. You know, I have the Kraken, whatever, Quacken Ponda Training Club. Good idea. But it's so stupid, you know, though. Like, nobody thinks about this stuff. It's so stupid and woke. Woke is dead. Alright. How do people feel about South Park these days? Too much politics? Not enough? Just right? They're like, South Park sucks. It sounds like Primus now. Wonder if they're if they're referencing Primus with that. One of the last episodes. South Park sucks. Okay, Nefedov first game. I resign. I mean, why even bother? I resign. What do I do? What do I do? The frackin'. This has got to mess up Nefedov. He can't do his like preferred French line. He isn't facing the. This is a frackin', not a kraken. Frackin' crack. Now it's a Polish defense or St. George. Read something interesting on South Park about South Park. Primus sucks. 5 + 3. Mayush, welcome back. Who do you think will win championship tournament? Chessmaster Level 5. Championship tournament? As in like the World Championship Candidates Tournament? The Candidates Tournament. Oh, it's Karpov. Oh no, he went full Karpov. Nice. Now what do I do? Now what do I do? No one ever does that. It's a Sicilian. No, I don't think Karpov played A4 like that early, like that. I don't remember Miles Karpov. Everyone always references the game, but I mean, I probably played through it like once. It's not the reason why I played the St. George. I played the St. George because I had this pamphlet by Basman that I got, like I inherited somewhere randomly. I think it was a Basman pamphlet that I like stole from the chess club or inherited from. I'm like, hey, why not play that? And I like it. I have a very good score with the St. George. What's after Bishop G5? I don't know. All sorts of options. I mean, F6 is totally one of many. You play everything. I mean, Queen B8, Queen C7, Knight E7, F6. It's hard to decide. I mean, there's so many options. Nefedov manages to find what I would call like a clear plan here. He managed to turn it into a Sicilian. I think that was Karpov's reaction too. You know, why does Karpov play Miles and play D takes C5? because it's not considered best. And I think a lot of people always like second guess Karpov on that, but at the end of the day, it's also important, I think, what do I do about this? At the end of the day, it's also important to be comfortable in the position you're playing, whatever that might entail. So ultimately, sometimes being in a position that's more natural for you is more important than objectively how good the thing is that you're playing, you know. So you can criticize Karpov all you want, and he lost the game to Miles when the guy played the St. George against him, but if he feels comfortable, that's the important thing. I never feel comfortable in the St. George. It's very strange, but I have a lot of practice. I've played like billions of Blitz games, although it's been a while. I haven't been playing it much lately. Oh, I see. You're going to go back now? Okay. Nefedov, 1906. It was a good year. 1916, 1500 in Blitz. We started playing correspondence now. I don't remember having a correspondence rating, 2239. Every time you play, the fun thing about the St. George is like no two games are the same. I mean, I think if you did a statistical analysis of my Blitz games over my life, with Black against E4, probably the St. George is one of my best scoring openings. I could play in like hourly arenas and be like 100% against a lot of people. Now this looks like Nefedov is really almost concretely playing for exchanges. It feels like. There's something special about Nefedov, about his style. Makes him very hard to beat, very hard playing against. But lately he has 5 out of the last 8. 5 out of the last 8. So somehow he got like magically stronger late in life. Yeah, if I go there, I'm going to regret that. If I play Knight Takes Knight, actually I could have played Knight Takes Knight. But I thought this way, I pressure d4 without allowing a5. See, I don't want to allow a5 necessarily. But he just continuously has threats. I mean, do you remember the last move? Like, I didn't face a threat? There's another one. It's like a threat every single move. It's really wild. How many moves since he threatens something? That's all he does, just continuously threaten things. Is there any great strategy? Why you didn't threaten something for one move? That's kind of suspicious. Knight on a5, not very well centralized. I need to correct my bishop too. Shit, this is a problem. It's like he didn't want to play a5, like he was afraid the pawn might get weak. Is b3 about playing bishop c4? I don't want to play a5 and give him the b5 square. He's given up on a5 now, completely. Which is good. Definitely a good thing. So what's the evaluation here? Black is black better? Is black better? More pawns in the center? I mean, do I have an advantage because my bishop is less bad? He's got like the octopus bishop. I want to say I'm better. But it's not much. This is annoying. I mean, I got to get my rook across, or I could just go back to 8. Maybe that's the simpler thing to do. Stop trying to make this rook, thing work, and just accept the fact that rook a7 was just a consequence, not a plan, and bring the rook back. I'm like trying to force this stupid rook thing. Just forget about it. e5. Wow. Yeah, that's fine. Bruce Monson. I think Kamsky secretly plays for Nefedov. I got this email, not an email, but a message on Lichess from some guy. And he was like, do you play guided games? I'm like, excuse me? I have no idea what he's talking about. It's like, yeah, do you play guided games? What do you mean guided games? Oh no. Like, what is he talking about? Guided by games. Okay. a5, not possible. Bishop d5 drops a pawn. What? Wait, I hallucinated. Nefedov lose a pawn? Never. He lost a piece against me yesterday and beat me anyway. Yeah, normally I'm not better. It's like equal. I thought it was equal like the whole game. Whatever happened to Nefedov? The other Nefedov. Whatever happened to Arsenal fan? Well, now he's really in trouble. Now he's really in trouble. Uh-huh. So what do I do? This is going to be, a tough one, as they say. Man, I swear to God, I had a very similar endgame against Nefedov recently. Didn't we have like the same endgame? Very recently? 4-on-3 should be a draw, but it's not so easy. With that clamp. Sorry. Clamp. You like that? Wow. The big one. The big one. The big island. Okay. Damn, what technique he has. He hath. Oh no, you let me out? Oh no. Optimal. Is E3 just winning? Not so sure. But maybe I should take my chances. It is extremely promising. Damn, he's so fast. How in the world could he be 1900? Like, truthfully. Yes. I swear to God, Kamsky's playing on his behalf. Wow. Now that move I like. H4. That was sheer desperation. Oh no. Is it stalemate? No stalemate? Look, it's stalemate. If rook takes h4, rook f3 check. Still not stalemate. Poor Nefedov. I don't know if rook a1 was a draw. I wouldn't be so sure. Rook b1 is entrance number 1. I have no idea why rook b1 would be better than rook a1. That's really strange. But yeah, they're both draws. I wouldn't know that. You know, these pawns are very strong here. I don't think... Did you guys see how Mamedyarov got mated by... Mamedyarov getting mated by Hans in a drawn ending with like rook against rook and knight? That's so sick. Mamedyarov didn't see the mate in 1. But he was already lost. I'm playing now. Oh no. Oof. Can I be late? Yeah, this isn't an arena. You don't get forfeited, Ukiel. Alright, Nefedov. Poor Nefedov. Even Kamsky couldn't hold. Unbelievable. Nefedov ruined my last tournament last week. I think he was the beginning of the end. If I remember correctly. Not going to do it this week. Yeah, c5 is a very good move. That's like best. E6 looks inaccurate. We get a donation? Chand for you has followed. No. Come on, guys. Hype train. Hype it up. To be fair, that endgame that Nefedov had isn't so easy. You know, even if it is a draw, that's why I'm talking about Mamedyarov losing to Hans in a drawn position. There are some positions that are theoretical draws. It doesn't make it easy to draw them. This rooking game, not easy. Because my pawns are kind of tricky. They're very far advanced there. It looks scary. This looks like something Acerbate would play with black. Maybe it's not so bad. Should I go for the bind? Bind in the mind. He's faster. This is not Nefedov. Now we're playing an opponent who's fast, but doesn't use enough time. But Nefedov is a good time manager. Miki Dikat. Long time no see. A6, more weaknesses, but you're not threatening anything. That's something I thought you might play earlier, to be honest. We could just put another knight there, where that came from. I could take on f5, but I don't know how great that is. What do you think of folding ace-king in the big blind after two players are all in? With 80 big blinds. Are you playing against like people who play any two cards on Red Dead Redemption? Because then it's probably a call. No, I mean 80 big blinds is a lot. It would only be a rare exception against like two complete maniacs when I would, ever consider that. We've all been there and done that kind of thing. Ace-king is really a weak hand when you think about it. Well, all hands are weak. I mean, nothing is like even aces isn't that great at the end of the day. That's the situation where you're only all in if you're like 30 big blinds or less. Even then, I don't know. You want to be going all in, not like calling an all in with ace-king. Yeah, I had a hand like that at Prague. The exact type of thing, except it was kings, ace-king, and ace-queen. And I had the ace-queen and I won. It was really lucky. 80 big blinds is like really a lot of chips. These days, with tournaments being so fast and structures being so fast, 80 big blinds really feels like a lot. I mean, yeah. I don't think it's even close. But you definitely want to, if you have ace-king, I think you want fold equity. Random poker question. Okay, knight takes f5, bishop f4. Now you distracted me. Is this a pawn sacrifice? Coffee house, poker. You won the tournament? Well, I mean, there are people that just like to gamble. If you think, oh, this is my moment, if I win this pot, I'm like, I have 200 something big blinds. If you're like a bad player, I mean, maybe it becomes more appealing. I would think like a good player wouldn't want to take that spot, With aces, you have to call, but, you're not that happy about it. Ever risking all your chips. E5. This guy isn't that bad. I mean, he's 2000, but he plays like a total beginner in terms of time management. But then you're like, oh wait, he's actually not a bad player. It's kind of weird. Maybe I play bishop g5. Yeah, I'm distracted. It was limped, fair, raised. You called. Oh, you just called. You just called at first. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's important to know the situation. Yeah, I mean, I think Ace King is just, it just sucks. Normally, it's like a desperation thing. But yeah, I mean, you could play it. I mean, I'm not saying it's like the worst play ever, but my opinion is that it's not a call. There's a good chance someone has aces. You're done. I mean, if they were total maniacs, I guess it gets closer to a call. So, poker questions. Oh, you did fold. You did fold. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think you should fold. You would have won, you're saying. Yeah, that's like a perfect situation. One guy has queens and the other guy has... Well, I mean, the perfect situation would be like one guy has ace, queen. Yeah, the other guy has queens. Okay, that's exactly... It's a perfect situation for you. But, you know... Who knows? Now I'm running out of time. What am I doing here? 96, my god. What the hell is that? What options do I have? Knight f6 check? I'm seriously, I'm like worried about sacrificing my b pawn. I have 37 seconds. Yo, Luki NL isn't playing No Limit. He's from the Netherlands. Just saying. No, but seriously, I used too much time. You got me distracted with the poker question. My second poker discussion today. All right. I've been thinking about poker this week. No thought about poker this week. Till today, when someone asked me how did I do at EPT Prague, and I love having to tell that story over and over again. Well, I played all right, but I'm just unlucky, and I'm so tired of saying that. You know, it's like story of my life. Yeah, so you suck, in other words. Knight b7, bishop b7, knight b7. No, I don't want to take his bishop. Knight f6 check. This is obviously a horrible position for black now. Who was it at the world? Oh yeah, Artemiev at the World Rapid Championship is doing like me. You know, he like uses all his time and then has to beat people with his increment. He's just better at it than I am. What's up, Mr. Coffee? I like this style where you use all your time and rely on your increments at the end once you get like a really good position. But the problem is that it requires excellent technique, you know, and accuracy, which I just don't have. That's an annoying move, by the way. The hell do you come up with that? That's like the most annoying move ever. Unbelievable. Bro. That's just an incredibly annoying move. Queen d8, trapping my knight on e8. I knew something weird was going to happen. I don't even want a pawn. I don't want to give up my light scripture for a pawn. I don't have a move here. This is crazy. I've only played this guy 3 times. That's really weird. I've only played him 3 times. He's kind of some kind of insane genius. A demented, insane genius. Mr. Coffee, do you ever play? You have to work. Oh. I should probably have these streams when you're not working for a change, right? What about this week? Does everybody have to work? You don't have, like, Christmas break or something? Coffee House Chess says gifting a tier 1 sub. Nice. To Mickey Ticket. You're off today. Okay, Mr. Coffee, not a Blitz aficionado. I did Rapid and Blitz arenas earlier this month, so I thought I'd do a Swiss. Well, okay, yeah, no big poker advice, but you know, as they say, like Ace King is the kind of hand that, you know, I don't really want to give him this, but I want the pawn. It's a central pawn. Plus, I mess up his structure. Yeah, I mean, Ace King is the hand that you win satellites with, going all in. You know, shorter stack situations. It's not like a deep stack kind of hand. Is my queen trapped yet? With rook f5, I totally missed it. Nice. Nice, nice. Now he sees it. Now you don't. Now you see it. Now you don't. He sees everything. Now c5. Jesus Christ. That bishop. My God. Where am I even going? God help me if a knight gets in my king side. I think I was threatening something there, but not really. Oh my God. This is officially like freaking me out. Why is he so fast? Do I have any squares for my pieces? Another Nefedov endgame. It's the same endgame. Wow. Okay, I was totally lost. Hype train, level up. Yeah, that was quite a defensive performance by Black. The whole middle part of the game where I was lost. You played the worst opening I've ever seen. And at the end, you completely collapsed in winning position. But the whole part in between, like the 60 moves in between, you played like a genius. Competition ready. Is he in the tournament? You just saw our Simul yesterday. Oh, that's you. Good to know that you're human. I'm paranoid. I think everyone is cheating, so I had like a list of 5 people who could be computers yesterday. But, you know, it didn't look like it. But, you know, anytime it's a new player who is like 200 games, I mean, I'm gonna be suspicious. With that name in particular, Competition Ready, it's a weird name. I mean, you made me sort of suspicious. That looks like the kind of name someone would make who's like cheating. Von Neumann is another good one. A3. I feel like I faced this on the stream before. It's a known move. It's a strange move. A3 is a strange move. It prevents queen b4. I can play queen h5. Okay, this is standard, right? I think a3 is fine. Maybe Pan Book knows what he's doing. Expect them to take, though. Normally they take. We've definitely had a very similar game to this. It's been a long time ago, though. Bishop b6, 92. I don't think that's necessarily even a good idea for me. How about getting my rook off the diagonal? Pambuk is very fast. It's blitz, not rapid. But the thing is, like, I think that people don't understand how to use their time in non-classical time controls. You gotta play fast, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't use any time. You know, the question is, when do you use time? You know, answer me the question. Do you wait until you get a bad position? Because that's the wrong way to go about it. Being a good blitz player doesn't mean you wait until you get a bad position to start using time, I don't think. You know, the question is, when do you use time? That's the really hard part. E4, interesting move. Aren't you getting a little overextended? Maybe not. E4, a very aggressive move. I mean, geez. He's already made like a million pawn moves. Here's some more. Yeah, 92. I wasn't afraid of 92. I was afraid of something else, although this might be okay for him as well. It feels like he's very overextended, though. I mean, this is the point of hypermodernism. Definitely not a player who's uncomfortable taking space. This shows a lot of confidence by White, but, you know, I would argue, like, too much confidence. That diagonal, I was worried about e5. You know, I thought that was the one move that scares me. Bishop f1 is not... Ooh, knight b5. Yeah, he's confused. Here's the thing. It's way harder to play a position where you take space than the side that's not taking the space. So you want to play space positions in blitz, good luck. It's very hard to do. That's why the hedgehog, for example, the black side of... what else should I don't know. Black side of the King's Indian, hedgehog, Benoni's, Marazzi. All of those openings are easier to play, you know, from the inferior side, which theoretically inferior side. Here he has tons of space, but who wants to play white, man? This is He has too many weaknesses. How do you keep all those squares guarded unless you're a computer? Don't play for space and fast time controls unless you're like a master. There are certain players whose entire style is based on space advantage. But that's a specialty, you know, it's a specialty style. Not everyone can play like that. Specialty burger. Now white has a really bad Marazzi here. Maybe a computer could navigate this, you know. But here? Not me, man. I wouldn't touch white's position with a 10-foot pole. It's like irradiated. Don't want to give him time for rook b1. He could make this possibly work. White is like momentarily stabilized. Rook a2, a kind of overly cautious move. I thought he could play rook b1. No, it's good though. He gets off the diagonal. I mean, it seems very logical. What about my queen? My queen is really sucky. You know, it just doesn't function here. Everything's fine except for my queen. It's just sitting on a6 the whole game like an idiot. But we're going to correct that right about now. ac7, not a good thing. I don't want to see that. What do you want to do? I'm going to play a6 now. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye. I have redundant knights, an extra knight I don't need on a4. Bye-bye. Queen b1. Now you have redundant knights. We both have redundant knights. Redundancy. How about something else? Rook c8. Improve the position. I was thinking bishop g4. Nothing great though. It could give me access to c3. White's position is like, it's a masterclass in doing things the hard way. We have a very good endgame here. I'm not 100% sure this works. I am allowing a lot of exchanges with this move. It may be a serious mistake. Well, I'm not in any danger. I'm trading off both redundant knights. We're unredundanting. As I said, my original plan was bishop g4. And why did I reject that? Not sure why. I think that would be a practical thing to do. At the end of the day, this knight is pretty stupid on a4. Time pressure attic 0.9. Yeah, well, I mean, there's no prize for having more time at the end of the game. That's the problem. If there was, then it would totally make sense to play fast. But, you know, I think Artemiev has a point. Where am I? Oh, you played rook b1. Okay. So I don't have to do this. He's a genius. He's a genius. We have a very good endgame. Is it good enough to win? Probably just enough. I'm going to go for this. Probably not a bad move. Hello. Don't mind if I do. Oh, I see. Oh, you want to defend your pawn. Oh no, he can defend his pawn. So what do I play now? It's all good. It's all good. I could invade with the other piece. Some sort of insane, brilliant defender. Knight b6. What's the point? Nefedov again. It's Senor Nefedov to you. All working games are draws. Oh no. I have knight takes c4 now. What? Rook takes c4. Wow. You've got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. Wait, takes. Takes. This has got to be a bad move. I love bad moves. What is that? Wow. That's insane. That's a crazy move to come up with no time. Thank God for rook d8 check, which I didn't see when I went into this. Otherworldly calculation. Certainly an interesting player. He has a lot of talent, but whoa. Okay. So I have 8 zillion moves here. Am I lost yet? I have a 5-on-3 majority on the queen side, king side, whatever that is. What side is that? No big deal. Not smothered me. Wow. Alright. he lost a really brutal game against me in the Simul on Sunday, where he made a second queen and I was winning. I can't remember the last time we had a game in a Simul where my opponent had two queens and was lost. It was really scary. I was pretty lucky. The position had gotten out of control. I was better, but then it got out of control, and in the confusion, he got two queens, but then he was like getting mated by my queen and bishop. No, but I mean, he had a really horrible position that's hard to play, and he did a great job holding it together for as long as he could. You can't really do much better than that. Try to play that position where white's all kinds of overextended, against a strong player, and geez. He was really close to making it work. Mr. Coffee's in. Nice. Okay, guys, nice to see everybody. Sun Prism. I didn't make time between the rounds. My bad. I can add time between the rounds if you guys want to. It's totally optional. I normally do in my confusion. I forgot. We can add. Maybe I'm not allowed to add time between the rounds. Maybe you can only do that like before the tournament starts. Where's my game? What? I thought the round started. It is. Okay. Maybe I'm not allowed to add break times once the tournament starts. I didn't see the option there. We hadn't done a Swiss in a few weeks, and so I was in a hurry to get the thing organized, and I forgot to put... Normally I do like 3 minutes between rounds. Shockey playing the English. Okay, that's kind of weird. Normally it's like e4 and the wing gambit. I was trying to play the Benko lately. Benko? Not too late to play the Benko. Speaking of which, the computer has a weird idea. d4, knight f6, c4, c5, d5, and then against the Benko with b5, engine plays h3. I looked and there's nobody. Nobody's ever played it. h3 against the Benko. The idea is just like it's a useful waiting move. It's not that stupid. It is a fairly useful waiting move. Benko declined with h3. So now it takes on c5. The Uber driver, defense, attack, whatever. Okay. That's a strange move. It can't be really good. bc5 in conjunction with h3. Is that like a bishop f4 type thing? I much prefer knight a6 to like queen a5. The Benko with e6. Oh no, I mean, yeah, like a lot of no, I know. Like I was looking at the Benko, and we have to find new ideas to play the Benko. Like the traditional way just isn't that good. Yeah, bishop takes a6. I mean, it's just overrated. That's the traditional Benko, right? If bishop takes f1 and you assume that's good for black, the computer doesn't really think it's that good. So people are rethinking how to play the Benko. The problem is no one good really plays the Benko anymore. The only good player like who played the Benko was like Alejandro Ramirez. And you know what happened to him, right? I think he's in the witness protection program now, or he's in jail somewhere. Yeah. It's pretty bad, though. when Alejandro Ramirez is the only good player who plays the Benko. Talk about an unpopular opening. But I think it's a good time to play the Benko because so few players who are good play it, because it's not that popular at the highest levels. Probably a really good time to play the Benko, you know. G4. So Shaki's really improvising. Impro Shaki. You make me want to do something crazy like play D5 to punish you. You know what the Achilles heel of the Fianchetto is? Benko's drawish. You mean like black's worse, so he's lucky to get a draw. That's what you mean by drawish. Okay, there's a point in that, you know. The best you can get is a draw? Maybe. Not truly drawish. I mean, I think the problem with the Benko is that often you are struggling to draw because you're slightly worse and you're down a pawn, you know, and it feels like that might be the case. But I see a lot of examples where stronger players beat other stronger players. Stronger players beat like slightly weaker strong players in end games where they're actually down a pawn. There are tons of examples. The middle level like grandmasters lose sometimes these Benkos where they're like a pawn up, but the opponent has compensation. It's not necessarily ending in a draw all the time. You know, you need Mamajarov to like lose with knight, you know, rook against rook and knight or whatever. That was so embarrassing. I felt so stupid. Hans wins against him. That's so dumb. I was watching it live and I was like, I can't believe this just happened. Of all things, like Hans wins with rook and knight against rook. So disgusting. Alright. Of course. But this is Achilles heel. So what are you going to do? G5? How do you defend that pawn? Now Shaki's just experimenting. He normally plays E4. The Benko with E6 is interesting. A lot of ideas employing E6. It's really, really key. It's playable. White's better in all lines, but not like winning, you know. There's no easy way to say, like, this is definitely the best line for white in the Benko. There's a lot of ways white can be slightly better. This is a good time to play it. It's not popular at all, you know. Why do people play the London system? It's like the most trendy opening in the world. Literally the worst time to play something. Besides being boring, the London is like the most overplayed opening of all. Talk about like a bad practical choice. Play something everyone is prepared for. Sorry, if you wanted to play the London, you should have played it like 10 years ago. It's too late for that. I mean, you can always play it, but people are just too well prepared. So now what? Don't play things the opponents are prepared for. It's just really stupid. Okay, H5. Chucky, this is very bizarre what you're doing here. Walter Brown played the Benko? I didn't realize that. I knew Walter, but in the time when I knew him, you know, in his later stage, he was always playing Nimzos, mostly Nimzo. But honestly, like, a lot of people played the Benko in a period, like in the 80s, the late 70s, 80s, and, you know, into the early 90s. There was like a 20-year period, basically, between like 1970 and 1990, when the Benko was in its heyday. I was going through the database and I saw this, of all things, Hans against Dmitry Gurevich from St. Louis, 2018. And Hans was already playing like a computer. It's interesting. This was before COVID. And Hans played like an engine in a tournament in St. Louis against Dmitry. It was like continuous second best moves according to the engine. He was only 2400 at the time. This was the beginning of Hans's like meteoric rise. Dmitry played badly. He's a senior. He's out of practice. But still, it's just like, wow. Hans was already doing that back in 2018. Like perfect game almost. I think it's like Dlugi. Dlugi invented, or like Dlugi got like some kind of access to the cheating system. I don't know if it's a butt plug or some kind of other technology, but clearly it was in play from at least 2018. The Hans thing is so weird. How did he go from being this completely average player to like a super grandmaster in like his very, very, very late teens? It's extremely, extremely unusual. A5 is nice. Why is it nice? Why are you nice to me? Why are you being nice to me? My redundant knights. You said it's knights? Oh, it's knights. Okay. This is getting a little bit weird. I like stirring the pot. I admit there's no evidence that Hans ever cheated in over the board, like hard evidence. But if you think about it, it's so unlikely his meteoric rise. We really need to find his mailman, and see what he was getting in the mail around the time, Mailman knows everything. I read this article the other day from like a former mailman. That's funny, actually, WJ Loof. This former mailman who's like retired, he would be like, he was like, people always think like the mailman doesn't know about their sex toys or whatever. This guy was like, the mailman knows everything, He's like admitted it. He admitted it, like just openly admitted it. Like every mailman knows exactly how many sex toys you got in the mail. He's like, the mailman knows all. Don't tell yourself, otherwise. Don't doubt the power of the mailman. Shaki is going to flag me now. Really good play by Shaki in this game. What the hell am I doing? Shocking. How's he like flagging me? I have a plan. It just kind of sucks. Alright. Yeah. Okay, tactical mode. What are you thinking about? Pawn takes? Why would you do that? Stupid move. Stupid me. Stupid me. Oh no. Alright, I got too excited telling stories and stuff. That sucks. Great game, Shakindo. You played great after a really awful opening, and I got too excited. I got too excited telling stories. And making up funny jokes about Hans. Sigh. Everything was good. Everything was good till move. Yeah, right up to here. But the problem is... Wow, bishop takes c3 was that bad. Why does that matter so much? Oh, fuck. I didn't see rook takes c4. That's the whole point. Oh, no. I had rook takes c4. I totally didn't see it. Kamsky, conspiracy theory? Of using computer, not using Kamsky to play for him instead. Oh, that's what you do. That's what you do. Wow, look at Shaki's numbers. 0 mistakes, 0 blunders, 6 inaccuracies. Talk about computers. That's the first game Shaki ever could have been a computer against me. Looks like he's in the mood to win the tournament. I did not know that. But he has 3 now. He has 2 draws. It's unusual, Shaki. Why play such garbage in the opening if you're playing for a draw? Try to do things the hard way. Ray 46. I don't know who Ray is, but I've got to bear down now. I got lazy because I was lucky. I was lucky and I got carried away. I lost my focus. Ray Gun. I don't know who Ray is. I know who I am. Trying to play the Portish attack. If Portish can win with it against Belyavsky at age 75, so can I. So Queen A5, interesting. Unusually is that really the best move? Queen A5? Maybe Queen A5 is good. Queen A5, Queen B6 though, I'm kind of... That doesn't seem right. Weird situation. Belyavsky put his queen on d6 immediately. You've gone in a roundabout way. You know, this is not a really good variation, but it's just funny that it had never been played until Belyavsky played it. I don't know how long he was sitting on this, or it was weird. I mean, I met him in 2010, 2011, and I don't think the line had ever been played by anyone in an OTB game that I knew of. Maybe he got out of the archives somewhere, like some ancient game that no one knew about. The knight c6 is interesting. Who is Ray? Where did Ray come from? Oh shit. Ray has no games, but a very high rapid rating. So who admitted Ray? Ray with the suspicious stats. Wow. Ray's brand new here. Say hi. Ray 1978 Blitz, 2214 Rapid. So that's not that weird, but again, I thought I was playing 1900. It's very possible he's not 1900. Having trouble focusing again. Coffee, food, whatever, and I still lost to Shaki. Good game, Shaki, until I blundered. Rook h4. But Shaki plays this joke opening against me. That was horrible. Okay, Ray now looking kind of sus. Except for queen d5. Queen d5, knight c5, knight d4. That would be nice. That's not happening today. So we're good. Yeah, Ray is not a computer. I liked Ray's position when he played knight c6, but now this whole thing with weakening c5 is not good. He is human. Everybody loves Raymond. Never watched that show. That's a strange choice. He went there. Why not d8? Boy, this is not good. Now he's just totally lost. That's weird. Surprising he's even that high rated. No matter what, if you cheat, then I think you're cheating. If you lose too badly, then I think you're cheating. You're suspicious if you lose too badly. You lost so badly, it's suspicious. Well, because he's not cheating this game. Normally he does. You could go d5 after queen c2 and still have a good game. I can't remember. What do you mean queen c2 pin? Game is unclickable. Your game is unclickable. Well, I've heard of unpredictable, but unclickable. He plays an unclickable game. Maybe you need to refresh the page. F it off. His game is unclickable. I clicked on it. Look, it's clickable. Holy shit. Shaki's trying to win the tournament. Why is Pambuk down a piece with his king on f1? Shaki playing the Nimzo? He's playing the English and the Nimzo. Whoa, what? Bishop h4? What's going on here? Oh man. That's kind of a disaster. Pambuk had another move that might have been better. I won't say anything now. But it's kind of too late now. He could have played queen takes b6 instead of bishop h4. So, I mean, if you go back a move here, what about just queen takes b6? I mean, you're down a piece, you get a piece back, right? You're threatening mate in one. Black has no checks. No, he's... yeah. So after queen takes b6, it's a game. It looks like black might have to play knight to c6 or something. I think there's no other move. Oof. I mean, even queen takes b6 still looks like white has an initiative. But this move? Are you sure? Bishop h4? What's going on here? What are we tanking about? Thank you very much. So there's a trap. There's some sort of trap. Queen takes, bishop check. Shaki doesn't want to trade queens. But that's fine too. Why is he tanking so much? You have two choices. You can trade queens or not trade queens. What's there to think about? Knight takes e2. That looks kind of stupid. Knight takes e2, queen takes b6. Yikes. Where is he? Is he gone? Did he leave the building? You mean 11th move, not 12th? Queen b6 was better. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Ray played weird. Queen a5, I couldn't remember what I'm supposed to play. Most people don't go queen a5, but I think it was played by somebody. My favorite multiple personality guy, Futachnik, might have played queen a5. You love him or you hate him. He was nice to me, and then he was like a psychopath the next time. Like, make up your mind, dude. You're an asshole or you're nice. I don't understand. He needs some mood stabilizers. Do you ever meet anyone like that? Like, you met them twice. One time they were completely, like, nice, and the next time they were just a total asshole. How typical is that? I mean, it's not very common, you know? Usually people are a little more consistent. Alright. What are we going to do? Pambuk has too much time, but he has not enough pieces. Doesn't look good. This doesn't look good. Bro. I'm not going to give any spoilers. There is a funny line. There is a funny line here. It looks like there's a total knockout. Well, there's lots of lines. I don't know. Shaki's trolling him again. Knight b3. Knight takes f3. Wasn't good enough. He had bishop h3. And then rook e8 check. Looks like it would save white temporarily. Knight b3. That's a weird move. Going the other way. Guys, can you tell me what happened yesterday? Someone with Eagles versus Buffalo. It was on in the evening, but I didn't watch it. Because I have friends that were rooting on both sides of that game. Philadelphia versus Buffalo, NFL. I could have watched it, but it was getting late for me. Shaki had bishop h3. Rook e8 check, rook takes e8. I don't know what's going on there. It feels like Shaki's like playing with his food here. Oh. That's not good. No NFL fans left in the stream. Who cares anyway? Alright. Shaki's still tied for first. Does that mean he's going to automatically win on tiebreak? No. If we're tied, he wins. So another perfect game by Shaki. Wow, what a coincidence. This time... Oh no, he made a blunder. Search on Google. Thank you. Thank you. Am I gonna have to, I'm going to time him out again. I got to time him out again for that. That's the dumbest thing anyone ever said to me. Use ChatGPT. Bro. I'm timing him out. I asked for an NFL score and you're telling me to search on Google. Alexa. Come on. Really? No way. I could search on Google. I could look it up myself. But it's easier if you guys just tell me. Spoiler it. So Shaki's tied. Who else is in the lead? Okay, we still got a game. Sunk Prism. Oh no, it's over. It's over. Draw. Dinekis Sun Prism. Nefidov is creeping with 3. Nefidov lost 2 games in a row. Nefidov lost to Sun Prism too. Okay, so no one else can catch us. Shockey and I are in first. Well, they can catch us if we lose. I mean, it's 7 rounds. This is round 6 out of 7. This guy plays like Engine. No, I know. But he's not. He did make a blunder against Japan Book. He made a very serious blunder, it looks like. No, I told you. Bishop b6. You had queen takes b6, didn't you? So this is your chance, man. You were thinking for a while in that move. I mean, this move is huge. And you played bishop h4 instead. Got to take a round break. No, but White's back in the game. He gave you a chance to be completely back in the game. And you missed it. You played bishop h4. Now, anybody could be a computer, but I don't think Shockey's a computer. Alright, Sun Prism. Though admittedly he doesn't normally play this accuracy. He usually makes a lot more blunders. He's cut back on the blunders. He's cut back on the blunders today. So what are you going to do? French defense? I got to find new ideas to play against people. Avoid boredom. You can't avoid the French defense. E6. Shit. What am I going to do? Oh, e6, e3. Cut down on the blunders. I know, right? Okay, so what is this? You're going to play something else? Like, you're going to play e4, e5. Ah, e4, e5. Yeah, I'm going to play this. I don't really know. I tried h3. I lost a game in the World Senior Blitz tournament with that. Bishop e2 seems lame. the a3 g6. I think I also played bishop b5 and managed to fuck that up too. Do you play the Scotch 4 Knights with White? Sun Prism ever? You usually play like the Danish or the Goring Gambit, right? Did you ever play the Scotch 4 Knights with White? I also had this game where I did like D takes C. Am I like an idiot or something? Like, just to be creative, I did that? That's horrible. Why would you do that? Why would you play D takes C? I'm like, oh, let's just do this to challenge ourselves. What a horrible move. Now I have like a worse endgame, and black has a strong pawn on E5. I did that in an online game and lost. Man, I played this noob yesterday. Played the worst move ever here. I think it was bishop g4. So it's a Scotch where I have, what, extra move a3, which doesn't really matter. It doesn't hurt. Yeah, I see. Okay. I feel like today I had pawn takes pawn, bishop g4, c3, standard Scotch. Which game? I was looking for the Eagles against Buffalo. Come on. Nobody knows that. It was like one of the most important games yesterday. It was on at 10 p.m. my time, and I could have watched it. It has to be a really good game. I don't really care who wins. I guess I'm more of an Eagles fan. Yeah, I guess. I preferred the Eagles one. Buffalo's in New England's division, so I kind of want them to lose anyway. So hopefully Philadelphia won. But I think if Philadelphia won, I would be seeing like posts from my friends. I'm afraid like Philadelphia must have lost because Why would I not see like a million posts like, yay, we won? Oh, they won 13-12. Holy shit. Bro, that's a low-scoring game. Wow. That's almost baseball. Damn. Defense is the best offense. Wow, that's a serious game. Holy shit. That must have been a good game. Though boring, you know. Kind of boring. Like a pitcher's duel in baseball. Wow. I don't know, should I put the bishop on e2 or d3 here? Thanks, Mr. Coffee. The Eagles won 13-12. Ouch, that could have been really close. That's an epic football game. I don't even know who was the favorite, but I don't follow NFL, really. Bishop c7. Yeah. No way. No. Nope. It was 13-0 going into the fourth quarter. Yeah, you got it backwards. So, okay, so Buffalo almost came back. So you got a touchdown with a 2-point conversion. Yeah, that doesn't make sense. Are there like safeties involved? Is that still a thing? Are there still safeties? Or did they like eliminate that from the rules? Two TDs with 2 failed conversions. Ah. That's how you get 12. I'm just wondering if safeties still exist. They've changed so many rules in like American football. They well took over football. I'm so old school. The 2-point conversion is weird for me. I feel like we're watching like college football. Still doesn't feel right. Okay, so Mr. Solid. Jesus Christ, I'm playing Mr. Solid. Yeah, Sun Prism is really solid. Playing the black side of the Scotch game. A blocked extra point. That's possible too. The black side of the Scotch game with the extra move a3, not very exciting. Sorry. Alright. What are you going to do? Queen c7? So Sun Prism plays, wait. He plays the French. Now he has to play e4, e5. Is there Caro-Kann in your repertoire too? All the stodgy things. It's so weird. I don't know. My whole life I grew up playing and watching American football, and 2-point conversions were never a thing in pro football. It's so weird to like adapt to that huge rule change. It's like changing a rule in chess or something, like eliminating en passant or something. Can you imagine if they tried to change the rules of chess? Like, okay, we're going to add a new en passant-like rule this year. The commissioner thinks it would make chess more exciting. Maurice Ashley has promoted a new rule to make chess more exciting. The 2-pawn conversion. Now, Maurice has produced a new rule where if we, whoever has more time at the end of the game gets an extra half point. Exactly. It's a rule that was common in college football, and they added it to NFL at some point. I don't remember when. I can't remember if we used to have it in high school. I'm trying to remember. It's not a new concept, but it was never used in pro football. The Rock. I feel bad. Like, I can just flag him. It's the only way to beat him. Hey, I have a passed pawn, though. Whatever that's worth. What's up with my bishop? I see. Maybe I should play d5. End up losing my pawn. I'll tell you one thing, though. I don't like queen f6. But this is probably a bad move. My idea was to play bishop b2. No, maybe it's not a bad idea. Okay, queen f6, bishop b2, queen f5, queen d4, f6. The thing is, if I move my bishop off of c1, then this is very weak, square on f4. He doesn't have enough time to enter the moves. That's crazy, brah. Queen a5 is really insane. Who ever expected that? Is there some sort of tactic? 85? Yeah, I see that. Okay. You were always thinking about that. You found that in time. Can you believe it? Who would imagine it? Ah. This is a stupid move. Bullet moment. Bullet moments. Rook f2. No, I don't want to trade. Whoa. What a move. I almost lost. Nefshot endgame. Take 2. Oh no. Rook endgame specialist. That is annoying. You have that? No way. Oh no. He's like an endgame master now. Before he was bad at endgames. He's gotten so much better. Jesus, he's gonna ruin the tournament. I can't win. Wow. Check out this game. I was winning. But I was in a very bad time for sure. We were both. What are you telling me? You just allowed rook takes e5 with check and I didn't? See, I expected you to play like queen c4. But that drops a piece anyway. See, what I didn't realize that I could play rook takes c5 on queen c4. You probably saw it, panicked, and played rook c8. You have to move your king here and lose a pawn. Oh, this has all been played before. Well, I mean, no, it's a standard position. A6. A6 is a weird move. Anyways. Alright. So, draw. I don't know. Oh, dude, I just want to see the standings. Is it too much to ask for? Oh, I got split view. Wow. This is awesome. Does that show for you guys? It does. This is so cool. Google split view. Oh, I never used this. This is awesome. Shockey drew as well. Oh no. No, nobody knows how to get out of it though. Oh my god. How do I make it restore? Oh no. I can't get out of it now. Alright, we'll just... Yeah, it's fine. It's almost fine. But once I enable it, I know how to unenable it. That's an awesome thing, the split view. It's like a phone thing. So Shockey drew as well. No Marazzi. Is the board visible? No. I'll fix it. I gotta move the overlay to make this better. And camera. Make camera smaller. Just problems. Black's gaining all this time while I fix this. Oh my god! Oh my god! You're kidding me, bro. I'm giving him like 2-minute time odds. Dude, I just want to fix the fucking camera. Oh my god. That sucks. I am so slow. But it's the freaking exciting last round game. Bishop b3. He knows everything. He knows this? How do you know this? Shockey's got me on tiebreak? Wait, how can you play f3 here? That's illegal. Whatever. So how many points does Dinekis have? He has 3 wins, a draw, and a loss. He did a Swiss Gambit by losing the first round on purpose. Oh, this is weird. Okay. A4. Knight takes A4. Well, you can't do this forever, man. I like A5. It's like a Chinese dragon. I think I could have sacked a pawn there, probably. H4, B5. That could be book. Dinekis is probably an expert on this position. He probably wrote books on it. Anyone else from ICC old days? I hated ICC. I mean, I hated the owners. But, there is the nostalgia to it, of course. Bishop F8. What do I do? Take with the king? The FICS. I probably played more recently on FICS than ICC. What is he doing? Queen G5. That's weird. Wow. That is seriously demented. He's gone fully demented. Oh, he has squares. I just have yet to find them. What? Right? Queen takes G6. That's awesome. No, Darua was a backstabbing bitch. Was that round 7? I'm in first place. Let's watch Shaki. Shaki Ruslanbek. You never know. Ruslanbek is capable of some amazing stuff. He's capable of amazing stuff. Yeah, Daruha acted like he was... No, wait. Daruha was the... Oh, no. I'm thinking of... Sorry. Not Daruha. Daruha was Danny Slater, right? I never knew him. He created it, yeah. Sorry, no. I'm thinking of someone else. The Capitalist Pigs. I boycotted ICC when they created it. But then everyone started playing there. It was like chess.com. You have no choice. There was no... I mean, FICS I played a lot. Because of... Yeah. I mean, that was the thing. They created ICC, and it was for money, and why do I want to pay to be... Why should people pay to be playing on a chess site, you know? It was free already, so now you're making it pay. We're talking a lot of smack. Smack Shack. Was this a Stonewall Dutch? Like, Ruslan doesn't play the Dutch. Just saying. I never saw him play the Dutch. Was this some kind of Slav that turned into a Dutch? Yeah. Like a semi-stud that turned into a Dutch. Shocky, don't choke. So standings are Shocky can tie. Panbook can reach 5. Nefedov can reach 4.5. Sun Prism can only reach 4. Ruslan Bear can only reach 4. But at least we had enough players. No, the problem with Internet Chess Club was that they were very greedy and kept all the money for the owners, and they didn't want to reinvest. And they had chances to sell it, and they could have sold it, and probably to somebody who would have done something with it, but they kept hedging, and they blew it. It's like ChessBase now. Well, it's worse than ChessBase because it's like valueless, but same principle. You got a great product, and you don't really improve it. You just keep, you're like not reinvesting in your investment. You have an investment, you should reinvest in it or sell it, but don't just let it stagnate and keep giving the money to your wife or whatever. Wow, Shocky with the breakthrough d5. Ruslan Bear played queen c7, bro. I mean, that's the worst move ever. Never play queen c7. Black is so dead now. You can't see the board, right? Oh my god, it's like a weird quadrangle. Sorry. So now you can see it again. Ruslan Bear did queen c7 in a typical Slav structure. You don't want to put your queen on the line with a rook on c1. Now, there's also, of course, this diagonal. How are we doing on tie breaks? Probably not good. I mean, according to the tie breaks, I'm ahead of Shocky, but I don't believe that. I don't know. My tie breaks went up to 18.5 now, and Shocky has 18. But I don't know if that includes his last round game or what. My tie breaks just went up by like a point. Instantly. I have 18.5 to 18. Shocky, don't lose on time. Ruslan Bear is incredibly resilient, but this position doesn't look like there's a lot of resilience left to... Similar to yesterday's Simul game, actually. He's only down a rook, nothing major. He's down a rook. Giveaway, chess. Does this work? That'd be funny if it worked. Shocky just sacked his queen. Wait, that wasn't his queen. Wait, you did what? Shocky has 2 queens. He has 2 queens. Oh my god. He did sacrifice his queen. One of them. How's my tie breaks doing? I have 18.5 to 18. I'm playing. A lot of people I've played are already still playing. Luki. Sun Prism. But I mean, in most cases, there'll be people that we both played. Two queens are better than one. Wait, what's going on? Shocky can't... Dude, his queen can't be in check. Okay, so Shocky won. Checkmate. Final position. There's a lot of moves we missed. It was a massacre. Interesting, look at their score. Ruslan Bear won 4 games in a row. It was like Shocky wasn't trying or lost on purpose or something. Very strange. I don't know, does Shocky like multitask or something? Like, because sometimes he seems a lot weaker than other times. It makes you wonder, like... So he's beating me on tie breaks now. Oh my god. Suddenly Shocky got the tiebreak lead. So Luki, if you win, could you save me? Sun Prism? You guys are both on my tie breaks. Wait, who did Shocky play? He played Luki, but he played both. It doesn't matter. We both played both of you. It doesn't matter. He wins. Shaki wins on tiebreak. It doesn't matter. We both played you both. How did he do that? Shaki got me by 1 point on tiebreaks. Disaster. Yep. No, he beat me by 0.75. I don't know how that happened. How does that happen? Dude, that's so rare. 0.25. You beat me by not even a whole tiebreak point. 20 to 19.25. That's like the closest tiebreaks ever. Panbook got 5 for third place. Still a good result. Sun Prism almost undefeated. He lost 1 game to Panbook. Had a 50% score. Still not bad. Nefidov, 50% score. Only 1 draw. Proud of you, Nefidov. Only 1 draw. That's very unusual. You're cutting back on the draws. Dinekis with 3.5. Lost the last round, of course. Luki NL, Ruslan Bear, Mad MPC. So what happened in the last game against me? Like, Dinekis had a good position and trapped his own queen. But just for a second, I just want to see that. So Queen D2, my move is bad, apparently. It's been played 3 times, the black has 2.5 out of 3, but I'm supposed to play Bishop D7. Different order of moves. Same idea. And after this, we transpose to some games. So everyone played A4, A3 as a novelty. Queen B8 is bad. So everything I did is bad. Bishop H6 is bad. Bishop H8 is bad. Just a bad game. But this is the best. Queen G5, Bishop G7, and then F4. F4. Trapping your own queen. He literally trapped his own queen. It's funny how the white queen has no squares horizontally. Competition ready. Okay. Now you decided to join. Anyway, this was the last stream of December of 2025, for that matter. And I am not going to be feeling like streaming on Thursday because it's New Year's Day, and I'll probably have a hangover. So maybe we'll stream a Blitz stream on Friday, maybe, and definitely Sunday, our first stream of 2025. Maybe Friday, definitely Sunday for the Simul stream. But anyway, congratulations, Shaki. Shaki played well. He beat me. Nice game trapping my queen. Very stupid opening, but a nice game overall. He was undefeated and beat me on tie breaks. Even though I had the higher performance rating, who cares? Alright guys, thanks everyone for playing. We had a lot of players, 15. Not bad for a Swiss. Happy New Year everybody in advance. So maybe a stream on Friday, definitely a stream on Sunday. Happy New Year to everyone. Congratulations to Shaki, Panbook for 3rd. And Asterbait rounding it out on 12th place. Asterbait got a win in the last round against Pyrat, who's back. Good job, Asterbait, getting on the board. Thanks, everyone. Mr. Coffee, thanks for playing. Hope you feel better. And